Hi guys, and welcome to the Barn Tour of Stepping Out Stables. Our motto is be yourself, be unique, be your best. So if you come up to the top level here, my horses are kept on 4 shelves. The top level is the arena level. So our arena pretty much covers the whole shelf, and at this end there is just a mounting block, a bridle which someone's been too lazy to put away, then fences to keep other horses and people out. Then we have our 2 cleaners. This here is Julie and this is Joe. Behind them there are the 2 tack boxes. One houses Arabian tack and the other houses like the best show tack we have. Behind them there is just a water bowl for the horses as they come out of the arena. Entering into the arena to the left, is some jump poles and jump posts and jump stands. So they're all just kept in the corner of the arena, and they're moved out when when other jumps are set up. They are moved out for safety and they are put here. Anyway, in the arena there are 2 horses at the minute. There is a mirror at one end so they can see what they're doing and correct their posture. This here is Kathy, our junior rider, and she is currently on Toby, the trained horse. They are currently just, instead of wearing tack, they are just going around getting a feel for their most trusted horse, as Kathy does own Toby. So they are just being at one with the horse. And over here is Juliana on her horse Henry, the Hanoverian stallion. So they are both just trying to control their bodies together in order to perform better. They are just going over some simple trot poles when they feel ready, but at the minute they are just pacing round. So that is the arena level. Moving down a level, this is our sort of main office area and everything. So at this end we have the feed room, in the middle is the office, and on the end here is the tack room. On this level we do also have a vet, and I'll get onto that later. So at the top of everyone, they all have a cubby hole for basic storage. So up here has the foods which are specialised for horses. So if only one or 2 horses here at the barn have it, it's usually kept up here. There are also some extra treats and mineral blocks. There's some grains at the back here and hay storage, just for extra storage for winter and any other occasion. In the office storeroom, there's a wheeler to move stuff, bulk around around the barn. Then there's some dog food in a dog bowl. Moving over to the other side, there is a table, dustpan and brush and lamp. And finally here there are 2 cat boxes and a newspaper. In the tack room storage there are our saddles. They are in varying quality. Then at the back there, that rope thing, it's a the heavy horses usually tend to pull it, but it doesn't really have a name. Then there are all our ribbons and extra mineral blocks in chains and halters and everything in that useful box. Now going into the actual rooms, into the feed room. In the corner here are the feed bags, which are used by the majority of our horses here. Next to that is the hay that we store in here for easy access. One bag does 3 stalls sort of thing. It's how we kind of break it all up to make it easier to carry in the wheelbarrows and stuff. Also the same with the sawdust and chippings and everything. That's enough in us to do 3 stalls. There, moving around, there are 2 water bowls with some extra spare hay nets in. Next to them there is a treat bag and some salt licks. Next to them is a basket of carrots, just for any person who wants to give a horse a treat. And that's the same for the apples, who are next to them, just for the horses, easy access really. On top of these 2 feed bins there are some more horse treats. In these 2 bins, one's full of oats just to mix into any normal feed, and another's a special nutrients mixture for any horse who is feeling a bit under the weather or just needs a boost in energy. Then here we have our our main bags of oats, and they just get put into the bins whenever needed. So that is the feed room. Going into the office, we have our bookshelf. On the bookshelf is the security TV, some basic horse management manuals. Then there's some plates for the food. then there's some magazines, and in the file, in the drawers below, there are just all the paperwork for all the horses here. Then we get to the desk. This is David's desk. You'll come to David later. There's the laptop with the clock next to it. Then there's his lunch. And then also this doubles up as like an eating area. So there's the kettle with some milk next to it. And then there's like a sandwich tray with some fillings. There is also a sweet bowl here for all the riders who can just take one after a lesson after they've signed out. Then there's just a pencil pot and a bookend just for general stationery needs. Over here there are two baskets. One is full of cups and the one underneath is full of cutlery. Because we've had to double it up, space is tight, but it's we've just made it so it works. Here is the sofa and chairs. It's sort of a relaxation session. Anyone can come in here, yet some people do feel a bit too scared to, because the office worker, David, is usually in here, and if they chat too loud, you know, it disturbs him. But anyway, so that's the space used for anyone. Now coming into the tack room. Here we have a sink, which can be used before you eat. Just keep your hands clean, because this door is just a swinging door, so you don't really need to touch it. So you keep your hands clean. Then here is a poster of horse anatomy. Then here's a picture of our Dartmoor stallion who has now left us, which is Russ. I do not own any of these pictures. Up here is two of the Schleich rugs. And then in here, in the box, is just random tack and, random sort of cleaning kits for the horses. Then here is the parts of the halter. Again, I don't own the pictures. Then this is our stable hand Amy, who is currently looking at this grid of 8 grooming kit boxes. Basically every rider here gets assigned a box, and that's where they keep their grooming kits in and everything. Oh yeah, the box is full of spare grooming kit stuff, sorry, that's the word I was looking for. Anyway, so she's a stable hand and groomer, so she's just probably getting a box for one of our riders. Also, you're assigned a colour when you come here, so that's why all our tack stands are colour coordinated. Currently 2 are in use, as currently we do only have 2 main riders who are here enough to need a peg. As you can see, the Juliana's is here, and she's won a first ribbon, and then there's Kathy's here, which has got a pink ribbon also hung on it. So that is the tack room. Coming back out of these 3 houses, over here we have all the cleaning kit needed for this barn. To be honest, everything's there, everything can just be chucked into it, and it's kind of everyone's to share. Next to the feed room there's 3 mash buckets which need to be filled back up, and someone has just strewn 3 probably loose apples in there. This is Claire. She just sort of helps out on random days, so she's probably just walking into the feed room to tidy it up. Then here's a bin. Then here's our tap with a load of buckets just stacked up ready to be washed out and given out again for the horses. Then we have Tanya, who is our unstable vet. She is by a first aid kit, and this is Tom, currently looking at his 2 horses. This is the Clydesdale gelding, Tim, and this is his foal, Toby. So they're just getting a health check by Tanya, and he's just looking at them to make sure they're okay. At the back of the vet place there is a milk warmer for premature or foals that need help. Then sorry, my phone just locked. Then there's some books on vet management. There is a water bowl, and back there is like soaps and gels and potions to make like just general like on scene first aid for the horses. In the first aid block they have a mineral block, water, and any hay or grass or food that they can actually eat at the minute if they're really ill. But because these guys are just coming in for a checkup, at the minute they can eat anything they desire to. Then here is our wheelie bin stand. One of them is recycling, the other 4 I think are food. One's hay, one's oats, so they're just like sort of even lazier. So if you don't even want to go into the feed room, they are here for easy access. So yeah, they're also here. Final thing is another bin. So coming down a level, this is our barn level with our barn on. Our barn has 6 stalls, and in the top it's just various different pieces of tack. They don't necessarily relate to the horse actually in the stable. They're just sort of put up there because at one time the horse has been in there, someone shoved tack up there and it's not been needed again and the horses have changed around, or something along those lines. So anyway, in the first stall, this is Quinn, and this is her this is Quinn, our Andalusian mare, and her foal is Emily. The next stall along, this is Cassie, who is our Pinto yearling. In this stall, you can't really see her that well, but it is the new Frisian mare. Next to her, we have Jasper, who is the Frisian stallion, and you can't really see him much either. Next to them, we have Jane, who is our Lipizzaner mare, and Charlotte, her newborn foal. And in the last stall, with its slightly breaking door, there is